Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How's it going, guys? Wow, internet is not very good today. I don't know why, but today is an exciting day, guys. Today is our last lecture for the art camp. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be nostalgic. It's gonna be all those things. But for some reason, my Wi-Fi is not very good today. I don't know why. Hi guys, can you hear me? Hey Aster, hey Ringmaster. Can you hear me fine? Is it lagging? Is it not lagging? Shows a lot of missing frames today. I don't know why. Maybe we'll restart it. I don't know. Or maybe we'll delay it. But you can't delay the inevitable. Oh, you know what? The stream is fine now. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna wait for people to join, and I need to do a final Instagram post. Yeah, we're doing fine now. Yeah, the internet stabilized. Not sure what was the problem, but now everything's cool. All right. Go to phone. Why is it not showing up on my phone that we're live? I don't know why. Come on, you can do this. How you guys doing, by the way? Right, copy, enter, post. Awesome. I did it pretty fast. Nice. Okay, and then disable all the Wi-Fi so we don't lag. And then we're gonna wait for a few more minutes. For people who just joined, we're gonna wait for people. Today is our last lecture. Today we're gonna recap a bunch of stuff. We're gonna be nostalgic, we're gonna be sad, we're gonna be happy. Yeah, today's gonna be good. Today's gonna be very good. All right, let me see. Rammstein. Hey Boris, hey Tatiana, hey Aster, hey Sveta. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Adjust. I moved my table, so I have a good white background. All right. Should I just show my face already? Sure, why not? Show it. Kachbow. Hey guys. Alright. Boris was on the Rammstein. Oh, Ben, we still didn't do the official announcements on official YouTube or Discord. 1 second, I need to do it. Alright. Dun. I need to do an announcement. Let's go. Let's go. All right, cool. Oh, can you believe it, guys? We are on lecture 30. It's September 2nd. We somehow did it and survived. I can't believe I'm alive. Hey Redsmo, hey Max, hey everybody, hey Antonina, hey Flying Pig. Hey, you made it today. Nice. What are we spamming today? I think today we're gonna do fly Vikings fly. Fly Vikings fly. Guys, today is technically is the day when you all become, well, not men, but warriors that went through all kinds of stuff and survived. Yeah. Oops. Come on, stupid wires. Fly! Fly, Vikings! Fly! You know, what's that Oh, it's in Spooderman. I remember when Peter Parker is standing in the first one. He's like, fly, trying to figure out how his spider web works. It's gonna be the same way. Fly, Vikings, fly. Yeah, we're gonna wait for a few more minutes and then we're gonna start our cool final lecture. Honestly, today's lecture is gonna be a surprise for me because I have some things to tell you guys, but honestly, most of it is gonna be just unscripted, me talking to you and just giving you final advice because that's what today's lecture is called, right? So we just call it final advice. Final advice, or let's recap. Let's recap what we've learned, what we went through, what we've been through, all that stuff. But we're gonna wait for 2 more minutes for everybody to join. All right. Can you make it louder? Can I make louder what? Can I make louder what? You guys can't hear me fine? I don't want this camp to end. Well, as my father says, everything good. Can I make my mic louder? Huh. I can bring it closer, but I'm not sure if there's any difference whatsoever from last time. Is there? Huh. I can hear everything. Yeah, I can try to. Technical difficulties. Gain. I can do the gain better. Should I just talk to you like this? I'll get the mic closer to my face. Hope this helps. Just a little bit off camera, I guess. Something like this. Is that better? It's good? Same here, fine. I can see dead people. Let's end with the ICMR. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Alright, we have 1 minute till we start. It's been 2 months. Yeah, let's go on a nostalgic, you know. When was the first lecture? Let's see. Let's go into videos. We'll scroll all the way down. The first video was exactly 2 months ago. Let's see. What is visual development? Lecture 1. It was on... It doesn't show the date. I don't know why it's not showing the date, but yeah, it was exactly 2 months ago. Maybe I can go to Instagram and see when was our first post ever there. Let's see. Actually, I didn't do a first ever, but I think I made the first announcement on June 25th. Today's 2nd of September. So yeah. End of June, July, the whole August, and part of September. June 27th was the first lecture. Yeah, guys, we've been through a lot together. So, and you know what? I'm surprised so many people stuck around. I thought we're gonna have like 10 people, and it's gonna be my mom, my dad, my brother, and then me in the chat, and maybe my wife. But yeah. Hey, Julie's here. Okay, cool. Shall we start? Welcome everybody to lecture number 30. Woo! It's our anniversary. 30 lectures. 30 lectures, it's like 40 plus hours of lecture time throughout the whole summer. More than 12 hours of feedback, even more time preparing and doing everything. And today we are celebrating. We're celebrating our, right? We're celebrating our victory together, our friendship, and brother sisterhood. We did it. We learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I made lots of friends. You guys are my Viking family now. It's super awesome, and as everything good, good things come to an end. It doesn't mean it should be sad. It should be awesome and cool, because things should end and then we begin new adventures. So our visual development adventure came to an end, and today I just want to, I want to recap, talk about you, talk about me, talk about plans, maybe inspire you a little bit, and see where things gonna go for you guys and for me. Today's topic is finding your own art path, and yeah, let's begin. So yesterday I was standing on the roof, and everything good takes lots of sacrifice. Your art path or your art career or your own vision as an artist, right? It's a thing to fight for. Like, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. Like yesterday, I had a few really good opportunities to teach at a really good school and then freelance for a really good company. But at the end of the day, it wasn't answering the questions, would I do it? And is it who I am? Right? So I turned those things down. I called the company, even though I said, yes, I'll do the job. And then they did a lot of preparation. And then for the art school that I was supposed to talk to, I also called them and said, hey guys, I'm very sorry, but I probably can't do it. And it was very scary and it was very uncomfortable, but I had to do it. And that's another lesson that I want you two guys to understand, that everything good or anything worthwhile usually takes a lot of effort and takes a lot of, personal, strength to commit to. Because if you don't, well, you will end up in a very dark place regretting what you're doing. One thing that you have to understand, guys, that the time on this earth is very limited, especially if you're doing art, right? Time is something not to be messed around with. That's the only thing that we'll never get back. And another thing is that, a lot of artists are very, they want to be liked, they want to be accepted, they want to satisfy other people's needs. And that's a good trait sometimes when you want to help people. But one thing that I want you guys to get to, find your art path and then help other people or be good at what you do. First, you need to help yourself. So if you help yourself, you can help other people. Because if you're not going to do that, well, you're going to end up, again, in a very dark place, regretting everything that you do, not knowing who you are, and being just an amoeba or a jellyfish of an artist, which is not very good. So that's lesson number one to finding your art path, is being so solid in knowing what you want and what tickles your heart that you are willing to do hard decisions in your life. And you're willing to be honest with yourself and with anyone else, not because you're trying to be rude, but because you know who you are. So sometimes you need to just go at it and say, Mom, Dad, I don't know, anyone, like, I am doing this thing because of A, B, C, and D. It's really important to me, right? And there's nothing that can stop me. Even though, or it can be a day job, can be anything, right? You need to commit, and sometimes you need to do the hard decisions. Sometimes hard decisions are, you need to be disciplined, you need to do this, you need to do that. You need to have, you need to quit your day job or something like that, right? Because if you're honest with yourself, very tough decisions are usually the right decision. Like, for example, yesterday when I did give a call to the art school, and then when I did give a call to my client and I said I can't do it, there was a huge relief after the call, even though, and gladly it went very good for me because I have good communication skills. But sometimes things don't work this way. for everybody. And sometimes you will end up with, better sweet taste in your mouth because the person that you talk to or you're trying to convince doesn't understand what you're doing. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you have to be responsible for your own actions before yourself, not anyone else, right? So that's advice number one that I want to give you is, if you really think that art and visual development is for you, you're going to have a lot of hard decisions that you need to commit to, and they're not going to be easy. But at the end of the day, they will be the correct one. Everything right takes sacrifice and takes, again, effort and hard decisions. And then, right, so that's the first thing, be strong. Be strong. Be confident in what you do. Because without that, life is hard, right? You have to have a very good internal engine in yourself as an artist to keep going. Just like in our previous sessions, right? One of you is a rocket. If no one knows what I'm talking about, go re-listen to the lecture. It's called Mentality of a Healthy Artist, Motivation 101, I think, right? But another thing that you need to do is you need to have your tribe. Cut out people out of your life that are not helpful, that are not supportive, that are not beneficial. I know sometimes we have a person that is just there and we need to commit to that person, even though that's our role. Everyone has that person. But if you don't have to do that, don't carry other people's crosses that don't benefit to your life. Find the people that, support you, that understand what you're doing. And partially that's why I built, Valhalla for Artists community, so you can find your tribe and stick to it. Find your tribe and stick to it. Invest into people. Find your tribe, invest into it. And by investing into it, I mean provide value to other people. Because another thing is that I want to tell you this, I'm not even talking about what kind of technical skill you learned in this camp. Even if you didn't learn any technical skill, if you get some good mentality going and you're gonna, put it in your life, you'll be good. Because hardest thing is to think the correct way, not to draw the correct way. To paint and draw, you just have to follow point A, point B, point C. But all of this that I am talking about, that helped me because, for example, I can draw or paint. I won't say anything that I want, but I have lots of experience in doing that, right? But sometimes, I'm just sad or depressed or not feeling it. And it doesn't matter if I can paint anything that I want. It's just I don't want to, or I don't see the point in it. So that's why having a good Juju tribe around you and being strong and confident in what you do and why you love doing what you're doing is so important. Because even if you're the greatest painter of them all, if your program inside your brain is crooked, there's going to be no art. And that sucks, right? That's why people around us that inspire us, or that you inspire or make other people's life easier by just being around them and being supportive, is so important in an artistic life. So I would say this, really, invest into relationship with other people. Make other people's life easier, just as we told, in all the previous lectures. That's our role as visual development artists, but as human beings in life in general, right? Because if you're going to do it, you never know what future, what future lies in front of you. If you're just going to be kind, if you're going to be cool, and then you're going to be just in your tribe, because they can lead to other really cool things. I started my visual development journey on a Discord channel just like ours. That is now technically almost dead, but it had its, golden era type of a deal. And what we have right now is exactly that. 5 or 6 people already found jobs just through Discord. I see a lot of improvement on our Discord channel, and I would like to say that it's because of my lectures, but honestly I think all of that was already in you guys, and I or my lectures or people around you, they just helped you to get it out of you. Because one thing that you have to understand, guys, that if you are an artistic person, there's a whole world laying inside of you, and there's a lot of things that you have to say, that you will have things to say, and the only thing that you need to do is to help yourself, or help, or other people will help you to get it out of you. So there's negative things are not a distraction. Instead of focusing on stuff that, I'm not good enough, or, will I ever get a job? Focus on, focus within. Try to see what you have to say, what sits inside of you, and I'll be around. I'll be around to help you out to get that voice out of you. Hopefully those lectures help. Hey, by the way, my dad is in the chat. Hey, Dad. What's up, man? Now I can't embarrass anybody. It's like my parents are watching. You're distracting me, Dad. Go away. All right, I'm kidding. Yeah, my brother's here too. Oh, jeez. Now I just need my mom to be there. I'm pretty sure that she's sitting watching with my dad. But yeah, see, that's another thing. Hi, Dad. Yeah. See, I had my tribe, I had my family, I had my dad, and they were very supportive, and they helped me, become the person I am. And that's why you need to surround yourself with people who, who bring the best out of you. And at the same time, not always our regular family is the family that support us, and we have to love them, understand them, and say, well, I'm sorry you can't support me, so I'm still gonna love you, but I'm not gonna listen to you, right? What's the third thing? The third thing that I wanted to talk about is we acquired a lot of tools, right, on this camp. And what you need to understand that the painting techniques, the way to approach environments or story, those are all just tools to express your ideas, to express the things that you want to say to the world. And I know that I'm being a little bit repetitive sometimes, but as my dad says, who's actually in the chat, a good artist is an artist that has something to say, and a bad artist has nothing to say, right? So even though I gave you, and a lot of guest speakers gave you a lot of tools, they're absolutely useless if you're not gonna look within yourself, if you don't know who you are and what you stand for. Because at the end of the day, what you're gonna be is just a nice, naked skill for pure picture making. And as we saw, we can be replaced very easily with an AI if we just do pretty images. But if within our art and within the stuff that we do, we have something more, which is, human emotion, who you are, what you stand for, you're going to be unstoppable, and people are going to see you. So it's your responsibility, it's your responsibility to always look within yourself and always develop yourself, your character, right? Another thing that I always kind of, let's treat today is that, random thoughts and things Misha wants to tell you before you go on your own journey is, confidence in, self-worth, and, good self-pride comes from, commitment and actually work. So a lot of artists don't know their worth. They're not very proud of themselves, and that engine is just turned off in terms of self-motivation. And I think your main job is to not impress other people when you're doing art, isn't to impress yourself. Let's say for the next a year or 2 years or 5 years, I have no idea how far away you are in your art path. Just, create for yourself. see the things that you want to see. You know, giggle about your art, be inspired about your art. Because if you're not gonna do that, I don't think the audience is gonna do that. If you they're not like if you're not inspired by your things, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, there's very small chance that any of us who's gonna look at your stuff is gonna appreciate either, right? And you know, good art, good visual development, good stories only come from, you know, living our life to our fullest. Because sitting down and drawing and painting is great, but the thing is, art always reflects life. It always reflects what we think. And if we're brain dead and we think nothing and we have no life, it's gonna be like a puppet theater that has no idea behind it, and you're just gonna be a dead skill. So another thing is, you know, tools are for telling stories and reflect who you are. 4, live life. One advice I would give myself when I was just starting out, Misha, go out more. You know, talk to people, get inspired, read more books. Because if you guys think that if you're just gonna lock yourself in your studio for the next 5 years, well, it worked out for me because, you know, this is how my brain works. I listen to podcasts and everything else, and I pretend that I live other people's lives, but, you know, it's very unhealthy. So do live life, you know, go outside, have a routine of doing something active in the nature, because it's not worth it killing yourself over a career. And then when you're gonna get into it, your body is not gonna be healthy enough, your brain is not gonna be healthy enough to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what happened to me. I invested a lot of my health and my mental health and everything else into my art career and some of my relationship too. I'm super glad my wife stuck with me, but I think it was not a very cool time hanging out around me when I was just staring at a computer 24/7. And then doing a day job and everything else. So live life, talk to people, make connections, go into nature, write things down. And that leads me to another thing. This is gonna be a little bit of a weird expression, but it's called grab your ideas by the balls. Sorry guys. But I think it's the best expression that you're gonna all remember and recognize. What I mean by grab your ideas by the balls. Ideas is the most valuable thing that you guys have in your life. They come and go, and I don't remember how many times. Grab what now? Sorry, Marco. Ideas, grab ideas. Because, as my dad said, actually, ideas is the most valuable thing that you can have in your life. Like, someone invented toilet paper, someone invented this, someone invented Star Wars, someone invented Lord of the Rings, right? And it all started with an idea. What you have to understand, guys, that humanity is amazing, right? We have a God-given talent of being creative. And you always have to support and fuel that in your brain. And to do that, you know, sometimes they say if you forgot an idea, it was a bad idea, because a good idea never goes out of your brain. But it's not always true. So that's why always grab a sketchbook everywhere you go and just write them down. Because one thing that I'm gonna tell you this, that tools that I gave you, they're gonna become better and better. But then your quality of thinking, your quality of ideas, some of you already have really good ideas. They just don't have the tools. Some of you, some of you don't have the quality of ideas. Some of you do, but don't have the tools. Some of you have the tools, but don't have the quality of ideas. But for the most part, idea is the most valuable thing that you can have. And then the tools, they can be learned.
But the ideas, you know, it's a much harder skill to acquire. And we, as visual development artists, you know, we still have to remember that this is a visual development camp. Our main, you know, our main toolkit is not how well we paint. It's one of the things. But our main toolkit is quality of ideas, how well we think, how well we tell stories, how much we understand life and human emotions, psychology, and all of that comes not from sitting in front of a computer and just drawing and painting. All of that comes from real life relationship, breakups, friendship, you know, grief, sadness. All of that you need to, you know, as I said many times before, you have to be as a naked tooth, or, you know, a flailing, wandering blast grade in the wind, in terms of, you know, um, responding to life in general. And that's what's going to inspire your stories. That's what's going to inspire your ideas. So basically the baseline, live life, and not going to give you ideas, and not going to give you emotional connection to those ideas, and you understand life more. And then if you're going to, when you're going to start painting, that is going to be reflective in your art. And as Borges said himself, directors can see that, and it's your responsibility to have as much of that in your portfolio as possible. What else do I want to say? What did we do in this art camp? What are the things that are really good in your art path? See, I'm going in this freestyle mode, just talking out loud, right? Probably one thing that I'm gonna just talk about you guys, because this stream is not, I won't say that this is just for general public. This is for the Vikings, who is part of the camp, part of the Discord camp, and I don't really care if it's for a large audience. I don't care about how much people it reaches, and all I care is that it's for our people. It's the quality of people, right? I'm just gonna want to tell that, you know, be proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you guys. So be proud in a good way. Be proud. Be proud of what you do. Keep your head up. You know, because what I'm gonna tell you, like, everyone who's in this chat, I know not everyone's stuck all the way from the beginning, but all of you attended a lecture, they found this, and it's not because I'm great and the camp is great, but because you felt that this is needed to you. It means you answered a question in your soul, in your heart, that, you know what, visual development is for me, this is my art path. That means you're already really honest with yourself, and then you're already committing. You attended all of the lectures, you did all of the homeworks, you stuck to it, you did everything with a good attitude. You know, the amount of support that you gave each other, guys, it was amazing. You know, and I'm proud of you guys. You did a lot of good work, and maybe some of you think that you could have done better, but you know what, finished not perfect. You know, we have people who got sick into the hospital, and then see Julie's still in the chat, and she came back. That's commitment, right? You know, I know people who lost their siblings in the middle of art camp, and still somehow, for some reason, stuck around. It's big commitment, right? They stuck to art, and they made their art. You know, they put grief and sadness into their ideas, and their art reflect what they did, what they think, and what they feel. You know, I know a lot of people who've been struggling, and they overcame their struggles. So at the end of the day, you know, it's not about the result, it's about the process. And just, guys, you know, don't, especially the young artists, well, even experienced artists, you know, don't judge yourself by a result. Judge yourself for the effort. Judge yourself for the process, you know, and say, did I put everything into it, right? Am I really trying? And I'm really trying to understand. And if you're going to be giving yourself pat on the back for those things, the result will automatically become better. That's another thing, guys, that I'm not sure if you heard this before, but hopefully I did mention that before, but the process of picture making is the most valuable thing that you can, fall in love with right now. It's one brush stroke at the time. It's just sitting down and researching and be very excited about that. It's about falling in love with the process and with your craft, not with the result. Because if right now the only thing that you're falling in love with is the final picture and the final dopamine from the likes and everything else, you're gonna fail in the long run, right? We need just just people smiling and giggling while they're messing up on their canvas. And that's what I encourage you to do after the art camp. The lectures, just spoiler alert, everyone is saying, will the lectures stay? My initial plan was I wanted to take them down after everything is done, because I wasn't expecting everyone to kind of participate at all. I thought I would just record it live so people have an opportunity to learn, and then I'll just, I don't know, sell it somewhere. But yeah, the lectures stay, and you can go through the art camp as many times as possible. Some people are joining right now, they have no idea what the art camp is. Just, this is lecture 30, go all the way to lecture 1. There's links to our community on Discord where we give feedback, and then we have a very nice tribe there helping each other, right? So yeah, be proud of what you do, enjoy the process, giggle, smile, live life. And you never know when, it's about being faithful. If you're faithful, and again, I'm gonna repeat that again. If you're trusted with little, you'll be trusted with much. For example, for me, I never had a great idea in terms of like Lumber Saga and then my own stories, and it came to me slowly after many years of just trial and error, enjoying the process and soul searching. Another thing is, a lot of you guys be like, well, I don't have a project, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't know what I'm doing. But that's part of the process. Your job is to sit with your bum into your chair and then just go on an amazing adventure, right? Because the thing is, you never know what one image will lead, what one image will lead into another. And through associative thinking, you can end up, with sci-fi Vikings battling, weird creatures. In my case, right? You can end up in really weird, interesting jobs, like me having worked for many AAA projects. It's not because I wanted to do it. In some cases, I wanted to do it, but because I did put my bum in a chair. I stuck to my principles. I knew who I was, and I just invested time and effort into my craft that I loved, and that put me on an amazing path of adventure that, in my case, fortunately did pay off, right? So what I want to encourage you guys is, like, this art camp is, again, it's a big library of tools and mental tricks and everything else to help you figure out who you are. In no shape or form I want you to become me or Borja or Toby, right? Right? It's all about you guys, right? This is a toolbox. If I take, a hammer and a saw, or I take a chisel and a piece of rock, it's a tool, but anything can come out of it. So with you guys, everything that are in this lecture that you can always rewatch and go through the camp many times. Discord is going to be again open for forever until no one is there, right? Your job is to pick up that chisel, pick up that hammer, commit to the thing that you love, set your feet on that, hobbit path, like Bilbo Baggins, right? And then just go, And another thing is that a lot of you guys put value in just not very good things in terms of, right, if you work or if you don't. If you worked in AAA projects or you didn't. If you're earning money or not. If you're good at anatomy or not. Please don't put value into those things. Put value in the journey itself. Put value and great joy in just surrounding yourself with the things that inspire you, with friends that inspire you. And then the cool thing about this, that if you are not always, judging yourself and not comparing yourself and not thinking about those human-made values in terms of prestige, money, and everything else, and if you have a good tribe around yourself and you're strong and confident, and you're grabbing your ideas by the balls, and then you have the tools to bring it to life, practice makes perfect. And then just by sitting down and just committing to your adventure and not looking at anything else, success will come to you. Clients will come to you, opportunities will come to you. Of course, you need to be smart and think about it sometimes. But if you rule all of that out, like, don't even think about it. Like, that's another thing. Number 6, questions. Questions are good. Questions are good. Discomfort is good. If you're right now struggling and you have a lot of questions, that is great. Because if we have questions and we answer them, we know where we're going. And if we answer them the correct way, right, we'll get our path a little bit closer to our finish line, right? And finish line it's a huge unknown that always changes. I know I'm going to be repeating myself from the previous lectures, but I just thought it's really nice for you to get a reminder of that, right? Because that's how I made the decision not to commit to this client or not to teach at this school or not do this or that, right? It's because question, is it going to be beneficial? Is it what I am? Is there any reason for me to do that? And for me, for example, the reason why I denied a lot of client work or not teach at other places is not because I don't like those places. I like those places. The clients are awesome, right? But because I have a more important thing, right? I want to invest into you guys. I want to do my own animation project. And a lot of times in your life, you're going to have those very tough questions in terms of, if I do this, I will gain this, but I will lose my soul, right? And usually the answer is always do not lose your soul, and say no to even some tempting things, because at the end of the day, different things for different people. Like if you want to work at the studio, that's just fine. But the hard path about finding your own road to success, or it has to be like financial success, art success, health success, anything, right? Is that it's a very windy road that don't know where it ends. And then it's always like this. You have a question, you answer it hopefully the correct way, you do 5 steps forward. You have another question, you answer it, you go 5 steps forward. And there's going to be always this temptation on going on a certain path that is easier, right? In terms of like someone else answers your question, says yes, or someone says no. Like for example, should I go there? No. Yes, and you should commit to this, right? But the thing is, if you want to have a successful visual development career or art career or life in general, usually the best things are behind the unknown and behind discomfort of not knowing what the hell are you doing and not having all the answers. And the only thing that you need to do, you need to answer them one thing at a time, right? Will I ever make money as an artist? I don't know yet, but what should I do? I should draw right now. One question unanswered, one question answered. You just commit to it, right? And another thing is like discomfort, right? A lot of people are avoiding it, and a lot of people are avoiding discomfort and the unknown. But if you want to have a fulfilling life and a fulfilling art career, you always need to go into unknown. You always need to go into discomfort, because discomfort, and unknown, did I say those words enough? They'll always lead to growth, adaptation, and critical and interesting thinking. Like for example, when I was starting this art camp, I didn't know how to do an art camp. It was absolutely unknown. It was super uncomfortable because there was a lot of topics and I had to go organize stuff, and I was not very good at organizing, but I did it anyways because I had to adapt. And, it led to a lot of good things, right? Relationships formed. We formed a Discord community. And this is not me bragging. This is just me proving my theory, right? When you go into unknown, you go to discomfort, but you have to go in them with a great idea or the great feeling or the great quest, right? It's like charging into the fog, very excited. And then when you're running through the freaking fog, you're like, you're hit by like trees, you trip. That's what art career is. It's just, almost, running into the fog blindfolded, and then running into trees not seeing, and running into little holes and everything else. That's you guys, and that's me, guys. And the thing is, what people need to see, because the thing is, if you're gonna do and run into the fog, there's gonna be artists out there looking at you, thinking that you're crazy, and what they're gonna see is they're just gonna see this formless fog, and then we'll hear someone giggling in it saying, "Ouch, ouch, ouch." That's gonna be you and me, guys, right? But the thing is, right? The thing is, those guys are always gonna be behind the fog. They're gonna be in the comfort, in the known, and usually those people. And it's not bad that some people gonna stay in the place that they want to be. But usually, if you want to discover something for yourself, discover more of yourself, and accomplish something with your ideas or your art path or your art career, you have to be this person, just crazily running in the fog. I really like this analogy. Just running in the fog, and sometimes you pass the fog into something known. You've been running around the fog so many times that you memorize all the trees, and then you've been running so fast that the fog disappears, and now you're in the known, right? Until you find the next fog that you need to enter. Right, I think that's the definition of art career. And a lot of you guys thinking like, and it goes to anything, right? Moving to another country to, discover new opportunities. The garage door open again. You probably can't hear it, but I can. Right. So like running in the fog is, sending an email to some person, getting into a job that you don't know what to do in, right? It's uncomfortable, it's unknown, but then you adapt, and it's becoming comfortable, and it becomes known, and then what you do is you find another freaking fog cloud that you need to run into and always be in there. Because the thing is, all of the experiences that you have in the known, right, will help you out in the new unknown, right? And again, will your life be exciting as an artist if you knew that everything's going to be fine, that everything's going to be great and cool and awesome, and you're 100% going to get that job? If there's too much known, and if the garage door would stop opening and closing, right? Stupid garage door. Life would have not been interesting, right? If everything was known. So seek discomfort and look for the unknown things that you don't know. Why? Because this is the most terrifying and fun place to be at. And without knowing, you're gonna grow so much, because you just need to adapt to the monsters and the obstacles in the fog until you conquer them all, and then you find the next thing. So yeah, always, not always, but always, let's say this: discomfort and unknown is good. I'll just copy paste because I'm too lazy. Discomfort and unknown is good. Run in the fog. Run in the fog until the fog disappears, and then when it disappears, make a huge breath. Now I know everything here. And then charge with a smile on your face into the next cloud. I think that's the best analogy of today. I really like it. I'm gonna use it from now on. Point number 8. a lot of the times when you're gonna be in the fog, you'll be running around and you'll be beat up, and then you're gonna be, sometimes sick, sometimes sad. It's okay to get out of it, recharge, give yourself some time, and then do it again. And if it didn't happen on a second or third try, go back, change your strategy, and then charge again. Have grace towards yourself. Because if you're not gonna have grace towards yourself, you're just gonna freaking kill yourself in that freaking fog of unknown, and then you'll be dead. That's not fun, right? So, a lot of you guys have a lot of enthusiasm right now, a lot of youth too. I'm not old, but I'm older than I was, and not same energy levels. And a lot of you think that I need to accomplish everything right now. I'm not good enough. I need to do this right now. I need to get this job right now. I need to be at Riot right now because this guy was freelancing at the age of 19. This guy was freelancing at the age of 15. And this guy had a portfolio that is this great at the age of this. And I'm running out of time. No, you're not running out of time. Just chillax a little bit. Slow down. Because a lot of the times, right, when we're trying to speedrun our career, it's not good, honestly. You really need to get those bumps and scratches at the medium pace, right? Because if you're just gonna speedrun everything, first of all, you're gonna end up somewhere that's where the hell I am and who I am and why do I do it in the first place. Fast success is not very good. And why I'm saying that, have grace towards yourself, because if you're gonna self-bash yourself all the time and not give yourself a place to rest, first of all, you're gonna be miserable, and second, it's not gonna be very productive. Because if you're gonna run through, I don't know, 5 fog clouds very, really fast, and then you die on the 6th one, you're just gonna be stuck there forever. All right. So what you need to do is slow down, and another thing, be your best friend. Be your best friend in your art career or your art path. Be your best friend. Will a best friend always think will the best friend tell those things that you tell yourself when you are drawing or painting, that you're not good enough or anything else? There's a few exercises that I like to say, if I didn't have any friends, and gladly I do, I would be fine just alone, because all of my ideas or self-confidence or enjoyment of life, for the most part, should come from within, right? And a lot of you guys are dependent on other people, and it's okay to have weak days where you just need to go talk to somebody, and that's when your tribe comes into place. You have a safe place where you can express your ideas and just find guidance, and then find positive juju and more more strength to push forward. But for the most part, it should come from within of you. I would say self-help or self-helping, but always cheering yourself on. That's why a lot of creative people are a little bit crazy, because they talk to themselves. Because for the most part, the only person who can understand yourself the best is only you, right? So that's why it's really important to be your best friend and have grace upon yourself, and just because this is the way, this is the way for a long, fruitful life. Because I remember all this time, am I good enough? Did I accomplish enough? I'm gonna die soon. Blah 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 blah. And those questions or statements, they didn't help me live my life. They only complicated things, right? So yeah, be your best friend. Love yourself. You know, it's really important. We'll have a top 10. Number 9. What else do I want to tell you guys? Be patient. You know, be patient, and that's probably comes hand in hand with be faithful. Faithful and patient. You know, be patient, because it's not about, again, it's not about where you're gonna end up. Let's say tomorrow, all of you are gonna end up at Pixar. Boom, you're there, and then you already want to have your first movie released. Boom, you're right at the release of the movie, and you already are enjoying the fruits of your labor. If you're just gonna be teleported to the things that you want, it will be absolutely pointless, right? Because you're gonna be like, congratulations, you won the marathon, and you just teleported into the first place, and you're standing there feeling absolutely nothing because you did nothing to accomplish that, right? So that's why patience and being faithful is really important, because again, it's not about the final destination, it's about the journey. If you like the journey, it's like the real samurai, right? Then when the reward comes, right? When the reward comes, you're gonna be at the right time, at the right place, you know, enjoying the fruits of your labor. And that's the most important thing. Everything comes at the right time and at the right moment when you're ready. Because a lot of you guys are not ready to work at Pixar tomorrow, or Blizzard, or Riot Games, and it's not a bad thing. Because honestly, if you're gonna get an opportunity to work at those places tomorrow, it's not gonna be a very good thing for you, right? So that's why being patient and being faithful is really good. So when you get those things, you're gonna feel like, yeah, it was a long path that I enjoyed, and now I'm here. And doesn't mean that you're gonna just die when you're gonna accomplish Riot or Blizzard or Pixar. You'll find out that this path till Riot was just part of a bigger path. So for me, AAA projects and all my freelance stuff, it was part of me creating Lumber Saga, and I'm still creating it. My animation shorts and my big series, right? It's, and like, for example, yes, there's, for me, there's a big, you know, whatchamacallit, there's a big temptation. It's like, yeah, just give me a bunch of money, and then tomorrow I'll start doing my Lumber Saga. Like, I'll find a millionaire tomorrow, or I'll find a studio that will back it up. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure that if right now I'll get the opportunity to have everything to make my project, I'm gonna fail. Because it's not the right time, it's not the right moment, I don't have all the experience, right? I don't have everything that needs to be in me to be at that moment in time when I do the Lumber Saga series. I can just focus on the eternal now and be patient and be, because a lot of people underestimate what they can do. They overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 5 years, right? Because the thing is, if you just do, like, let's say 5 or 10 push-ups every day for the next month, it's going to be very easy for you to do 5 to 10 push-ups. But if you're going to do like 100 push-ups one day a month, you're just gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen to you. It's impossible, right? So yeah, everything comes at the right time and at the right moment when you're ready. And it doesn't mean that you're not worthy right now. That means you just need to go through the journey, through the hero's journey that we all we talked about in this thing, right? And then when you accomplish it, the circle starts over, right? And just, you know, enjoy the story, you know, the hero story circle. Like, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Don't aim for the final thing, right? Like, for example, that's why part of the graduation party, all of you gonna make into the trending page of ArtStation, so you can experience the heights of your career in the beginning of your career. So what you now can understand is that it's not about the trending page, right? It's about, because it's a stupid algorithm, it's about making the pictures and being faithful. Right, number 10. What do I want to do for number 10? I don't know, guys. Like, I don't want to speak out of my bum now, right? I think if you're patient and if you answer all the questions, and if you live in discomfort and good discomfort, right, that always challenges you and then pushes you forward, right, that you're patient with your day-to-day life and that will get you to the one destination and second at the right time at the right moment, right, when you are training yourself to be strong and confident in the process. And the more patient you are and more faithful you are, it's gonna give you fruits of your labor, right? It's gonna be a better ArtStation portfolio, right? It's I just brain farted. Anyways, at the end of it all, right? If you're faithful, everything's gonna be fine at the right time, at the right moment. The only thing that you need to figure out, right? It's again 10. 10. What is it? 10. Always, it's the one question that I'm gonna repeat. What tickles your heart? I'm gonna say it again because it's so important. Because that's the context of everything that we talked about before all of that, right? It's the context of everything. Why should it be I strong and confident to accomplish things if the reason for it is not, like, I'm not convinced by it? So I'm not gonna be strong and I'm not gonna be confident, right? Why should I go through all this discomfort? Why should I, learn all those tools on this art camp, right? Right. So, yeah. What tickles your heart? That's the context, because it's all about the justifiable pain that we covered in the mental health lecture a few times before. Yeah, guys. I think that's all I wanted to say to you. It's not a lot, but it's just a little recap, right? I think like my final words, the one that I want to dedicate to you guys, is just gonna be just you. So I'm gonna make my face bigger, so it's gonna be very uncomfortable. I just make myself a little bit bigger. Is it comfortable enough? No, this is too big. Sorry, guys. We'll do it like this. So, this is the final words for you guys. This is the final words. I'm probably gonna mess it up, but I'll try to be as epic of a Viking tribe king as possible. No, it's gonna be myself. So, this is the last lecture. This is lecture 30. My personal experience, guys. I think it was worth it. It was awesome. I think I loved every moment of it, even though it was hard. I enjoyed doing it a lot. There's no better feeling than knowing that people that you invest your time and your soul into, they are listening and they are, applying all the feedback, and you guys being very supportive. I think I would have not done it without you, because when I fell down, when I fell down or literally fell down, you were there to pick me up. You were there to say, Misha, 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 you're the greatest Viking warrior, and it was awesome. And then when you fell down, I was there to pick you up, and it was a very nice collaboration, guys. I'm very proud of what we accomplished, right? Because I think that, like, there's not many communities that can, I know almost every one of you by name, I know every every art style that I feedbacked on the feedback sessions, and by the way, we're still gonna have one tomorrow. It's like we spent 2.5 months just being creative, thinking about good things, and I think we made the world a little bit of a better place, just because you guys exist. right? Just because we joined in one place and did something awesome, I think we made the world a better place. And let's say if we failed on all the other things, I think it's a huge success, at least in my book. We got monetized on YouTube. We gained like 1,500 people on Instagram, and then 3,000 something on YouTube. We got big people, promoting us and sponsoring us, and then noticing us. And we talked to a lot of inspiring people, and then we're awesome. I I have no idea what to say. I'm a little bit sad that like the art camp is over, but at the same time, it's a good thing because I can recharge. I can come up with a new epic quest for all of us, and in no way this is a sad day. I think this is us emerging victorious, out of the fog, because I was in the fog just like you guys. We're just epically, just going going out with new swords shining, new axes and shields, which is our tools. I learned how not to do YouTube a lot, how not to be, how not to value my self-worth around numbers. I honestly, in the middle of this camp, sometimes I would put value not in you guys and how valuable it is for you, but I put the value of how well the stream went in terms of numbers. How many subscribers did we get on YouTube? And that was the wrong thing to do. And the moment when, I started appreciating what I have, which is you guys, things got much better. And yeah. I think for the last words, I'm gonna say this. Like, you guys are like, what are you at? You're like especially the young ones. You're like a very ugly piece of clay. Right? You're not helping me, Misha. Okay, you're not an ugly piece of clay, but you're a piece of clay. Okay? And with the right tools and the right attitude, you can, you can build yourself into anything that you want. Okay, you're not ugly, guys, but you're a piece of clay. Freaking Misha, sorry guys. Yeah, let's just insult the entire community in the last in the last session. Ugly gang. Being an ugly piece of clay is a metaphor, because I am an ugly piece of clay that is slowly building myself. You're an ugly piece of clay. We're all an ugly piece of clay that are slowly building ourselves into something, and then over time we'll melt down and we'll have to rebuild ourselves. But with the right attitude and with the right tribe, we can do absolutely anything. Yeah. I just want to jump into Q&A session and just enjoy this moment with you guys. So yeah, one thing for the final thing, like, I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very glad I started this thing, because I'm a very lucky person that I get to know of you guys, because every single one of you has a story to tell. Every single one of you are, a voice in that fog that are just yelling, and then if I was a little, if I served a little role in, leading you into that fog and then leading you out of that, like, that's a good thing to do, And another thing is, I'm pretty selfish in terms of why I'm doing this thing. Why? Because I want to have more creative voices out there, more stories. Because another thing is that you have to understand, guys, animation industry, game industry, everything needs new voices, needs voices that can, bring something new to the table, because the industry needs it. And hopefully that, it's going to be one of you, maybe two, maybe five, maybe one, maybe zero. I don't know. but you know, the effort was there, and I think if you'll be responsible with what you're given, you know, and then with the tools that you acquired and with the good juju that, you know, we all talked about, I really hope that in like 5, 10, or you know, maybe in 15 years, I'd be like, oh yeah, this guy, you know. And then you're gonna be super rich, and then you can sponsor my Lumber Saga project because you're so wealthy. But yeah, guys, you're the new generation. You're the new voices, and I don't wanna put too much responsibility on you guys, but I will kind of. Without you, like this is your responsibility, like before God and yourself, to invest into your talent, and I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen to you if you're gonna be faithful, if you're gonna be awesome, if you're gonna, with a good juju in mind and heart, just commit to your craft. What can you be in 5 to 10 years? What can you be in a year? You know, and I'm very lucky that I can observe all of you guys grow, and like it's pretty amazing that I can be this kind of mad scientist to observe all of you guys grow. Yeah, so cheers to us. Cheers to this awesome camp. It's been glorious. We emerged victorious. Oh, it even rhymes a little bit, right? We lost a lot of people in the process. A lot of people died, not literally, but maybe spiritually, right? A lot of people got disappointed and came back, you know, but at the end of the day, the army of Vikings, which is Valhalla for artists, emerged victorious. And we did it, guys. We did it. We only have 2 last meetings. Tomorrow is our last feedback session for your frame number 3. And then 10 days from now, we're going to have our diploma day, when we're just gonna be happy about everybody, where we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna harvest the fruits of your labor, guys, and I'll be proud of you. And then I'm gonna cry, maybe, but again, this is too awesome to cry about, all right? This is the beginning. You have to understand, guys, that this 2 months was basically a freestyled art camp. And then with no resources, no nothing, and with our community growing, we have a lot of plans. For the winter, we want to do a creature month with CR. We want to do environment month with everybody else. But those are plans, you know, those are dreams. And then we can discuss them in in the Q&A in Discord. But anyway, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are the greatest. You make me a better person. I think we make each other a better person. If it wasn't for you, I would have not done this. If you didn't participate, if you didn't appreciate, you know, if you didn't do the homework, this camp would have not happened without you. I'm only part of the camp, right? Because, you know, if it's only me and I remove you, there's no Valhalla for artists. We're a tribe, we're a village, we take care of ourselves, we take care of each other, you know, and then I'm very curious where we're gonna be in 5 to 10 years. You know, for people who are watching this in the recording and you went through the whole visual development art camp, congratulations, you survived. Maybe we can do like a I survived Valhalla for Artists Camp t-shirt or something like that. But anyway, everything good comes to an end. I love you guys. You're the best. We did it. Let's do like a whoa type of a you're so cringe, Misha. Type of a Viking, you know, Viking chant. So yeah. No, let's do this. Let's do like a screenshot of us yelling, like, and then post it in the Valhalla Discord so we can see like our awesome faces. Maybe pin some tattoos on something. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is the end of Valhalla for Artists Camp 2022. We did it. I'm proud of you all. Till next epic quest, I guess. Alright guys, see you in the Q&A session. We did it! Oh come on.